Hear that buzz? It's annoying. It's better. Okay, so what else is annoying? It's pretty much annoying when I can talk to you all about The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, like I did in my last talk. And I can talk to you about The Art of Spiritual Healing, a book by Joel S. Goldsmith. I can talk to you about Transcending the Levels of Consciousness by Dr. David R. Hawkins. I can talk to you about Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda. I can talk to you about The Synchronicity Key by David Wilcock. I can talk to you about The Celestine Prophecy by James Redfield. I can talk till I'm orange in the face. And still there are people that I cannot get through to. I just cannot get them to pick up a spiritually oriented book. And it's been years. And these people are the ones who need the spiritual books more than ever. Because these are the ones who are having an incredibly difficult life because they don't have the spiritual knowledge that would make them have an easier time of it. And they're the ones that just, you can gift them a book, you can send them a video, you can try and sit down with them and say, maybe you wouldn't like to watch this negative news so much. It's pretty much the same news every day and it's nasty and horrible. But these are the most trying times for me when all I get is what's known as the fluoride stare. Have you heard of the fluoride stare? Well, some people have got a conspiracy theory. They say fluoride in your toothpaste makes you spiritually numb. They say it calcifies your third eye or your pineal gland. Is it true? No, it's not true at all. Why? Because I've used fluoride for my whole life, and I used to get those fluoride treatments at the dentist before I stopped going to the dentist when I realized that the dentists were in it for the money. And all of my dental problems are not caused by sugar, not caused by not brushing my teeth. They're caused by dentists. Why? Well, they started drilling on my teeth when I was just a little tyke. 8 years old, they started drilling on my teeth. And they kept on drilling, and then, lo and behold, they've ruined my back molars, and I've got to have, I don't know how many $1,000 it was cost my insurance company to put a crown on. And it was because they just started drilling on my teeth and weakening my teeth. So I don't believe in dentists. Is it dentists' faults that? Yes. Dentists do what they do because it's a money-making operation. Is it a lack of consciousness? Everything is a lack of consciousness problem in this world. Everything. Curing dental problems by drilling is a physical issue because you're using a physical drill to dig out what you think is rot in the teeth. What is really going on is collective hypnosis of human beings, which is a mental problem, and mental problems are spiritual problems. In other words, we don't see anything except what we perceive. And what we perceive, if we're a dentist, is we use our eyes primarily to look at x-rays and look at teeth. But what exactly are we seeing with our eyes? Well, we're seeing physical light vibrations, and the light vibrations that are reflecting off someone's teeth either by X-ray or by light waves that are influencing my eyes are telling me that that tooth is rotten. Right? Lucy Wilson says, "Oh, you silly person. You are believing your eyes." Which means that you haven't read a single spiritually oriented book in your life. And if you did, you would have a great deal of difficulty absorbing the spiritual truth because of cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is a psychological term that means when you get new information that conflicts with your other information already in your head, you tend to shut down. Or you tend to get angry, or you tend to get fearful, or you want to go scream because it stops making sense. But the truth of the matter is, everyone knows, that you can see optical illusions and mirages. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that your eyes are not infallible. So this is just an extension. Not really, because mostly what people say is, you see optical illusions because on your retina, on your eye, there's a blind spot where the retina connects to the optic nerve. And there's one particular optical illusion you can play where you move something around on like a dot on a piece of paper, and you can find where that blind spot is on your eye. And there's other optical illusions which might have more to do not really with the optics of your eye, but more the way your brain interprets things. But all of those things you would say physical with the eye and mental with the mind. But beyond all that stuff, there is the mind itself is polluted in our world because we have a very low collective consciousness on this planet, which refers to the scale of human consciousness. And the only way you're going to really clear out these kind of illusions in your life is to raise your consciousness on the scale of human consciousness. And everyone else has got to raise their consciousness too. It's an individual thing. You have to raise your consciousness, and everyone else does too. Because when you're at low levels of consciousness, you hallucinate. You hallucinate. The dentist hallucinates and says, there's something wrong with this 10-year-old child's teeth. He hallucinates or she hallucinates when they look at an X-ray. They are absolutely hallucinating. Their whole life is hallucination. They are seeing things that are not there. How do you know this, Bob? I'll tell you why, because I've read a lot of spiritual books in search of why is it that humans are afflicted by disease. We are afflicted by disease because we are hallucinating the disease, because of our low level of consciousness. If we raised our consciousness, the hallucinations would dissipate and disappear. Why was it that Jesus was able to do his miraculous healings? Because he had a very high consciousness calibration. And he could see the truth, that people were hallucinating. And when he got it within people's presence, his aura could help raise the vibration of other people around him so that they could see that there was nothing wrong with them. But before Jesus showed up, people were hallucinating that they had horrible diseases, and so did everyone else. Total mirage, total hallucination, seeing things that weren't there because of low levels of consciousness. So, if anything is going wrong in your life, you're hallucinating it. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. You're hallucinating. If something is going wrong in your life, in your mind, in your eyes, your ears, and your nose, and your throat, and your skin, and the people around you are saying something is horribly wrong, you're all having a group hallucination, because there is nothing wrong in God's green earth. Not you, not the trees, not the planet. There is nothing wrong here. Nothing. But you're all hallucinating things that are wrong. So, and to get out of your hallucinations, you must raise your consciousness, and the best way to raise your consciousness is pick up a spiritual book or 10 and get to work reading them and meditate.